sequence expressions. So as you have seen in the previous lecture, this is a syntax of defining a sequence. So as I said earlier, the whole intelligence is defining sequence expressions. So now we'll learn how to define sequence expression to match your requirement. These sequence expressions are again composed with the Boolean expressions, and this time you could add either cycle delay operators or repetition operators or both of them in the sequence expression to specify repetition or cycles of operation. So you will learn more about this in the coming session, but the sequence expression is effectively multiple Boolean expressions separated by these two operators, either cycle delay operators and repetition operators. Now the cycle delay operator. The cycle delay operator specifies the delay from the current clock cycle to the next element in the sequence, and it is specified using two hash symbols followed by a number. So in the sequence expression, you will give the first expression followed by a hash n and the next expression, and the second expression should come after n clock cycle from the end of the first expression. So this n can be any integer number including 0. Now here is an example. I've defined a sequence with clocking event as positive edge of clock, and the first expression is valid and the second expression is ready, and it is separated by a cycle delay operator which is #1. So it means after valid being true, the next expression which is ready should be true after one clock cycle from this point. So this is the waveform diagram. So once valid is true, so at this clock valid will be evaluated as true, and the next clock cycle the ready should be evaluated as high at this point. So instead of 1, if you are giving 2, like valid #2 ready, it will be like after valid going high, after exactly 2 clock cycles, 1 and 2, the ready should be evaluated as 2. Now you will learn more about the cycle delay operators. You can specify different kinds of delays using the cycle delay operator. So a fixed delay and zero delay can be specified, and they can be multiple Boolean expressions can be concatenated as well. So now we are defining more and more complex properties. If you go through the previous example, here we are just asserting that after valid is being high, the next clock ready should be high. Now if you wanted to specify a sequence which is exactly looking like this waveform, so the valid should be high for a single clock cycle, and after that the valid should be deasserted, and the next clock cycle ready should be asserted only for a single clock cycle. So it is written by using this statement. So it is specifying that valid is going true at this point, and in the next clock, after one clock, valid is going as false, or it is evaluated as 0. So it is satisfied here. So it is measured as 1 here, and it is measured as 0 at this point, valid. And if you see the next delay operator, it is specified as #0. So it is, as I said earlier, you can even specify a 0 delay as a cycle delay operator, and if you give it as 0, it means the current clock cycle. So this evaluation is reached at this point, and exact same clock cycle the ready should be asserted. So at this exact point, the same clock cycle ready should be measured as high. So you are specifying this is high, and after this one clock period the ready should be deasserted. So it's saying #1 not ready. So at this point ready should be 0. Thus, by using the sequence, you have specified that the valid signal should be asserted high. If the valid signal is high on a particular clock cycle, the next it should be high only for a single clock cycle, and the very next clock cycle the ready should be high for a single clock cycle as well. So this was using fixed delays, and it is also possible to use a range of delays. So this is a syntax to use a range of delays. Instead of giving a fixed number after ##, in a square bracket you could give a range like 0:2 specifies a range of 0 to 2. It implies that the next statement could be true in any of this range. So it could be like it could be true after 0 clock or 1 clock or 2 clock. So This property will be true for all these combinations. So here while it is going high and deasserted after that, and in the next clock cycle, if while ready is going high, ready could go high either in 0 or 1 or 2 clock cycle after the while it is detected as low. So this is how you specify a range of delays in sequences. Unary cycle delay. So you don't need to necessarily specify the first expression for a cycle delay. If you're not specifying the first expression here, the default first expression will always be true. So for example, if you're just simply specifying like a sequence like ##3 ready, it is equivalent to specifying 1 ##1 ##1 ready. So this 1 bit 1 is nothing but a true condition. So you are simply specifying from an evaluation point after 3 clock cycles the ready should be asserted. So this will be useful when you use different sequence operators like AND or intersect, etc. Also you could specify the delay range as unbounded. So here is an example. Say if I'm giving the second argument in the range as a dollar symbol, it specifies an unbounded delay. So that means after while it is going high, from 1 to infinite number of clock cycle, the ready should be high. So the infinite means any clock cycle before the simulation is getting ended. So this is by using a dollar symbol in the range operator, you could specify an unbounded delay as well. Thus, in this lecture, you have learned how to specify different types of delays, either a constant delay or a range of delay or a unary delay or an unbounded range of delay.